this might sound crazy, but it's elaborating on the little Johnny Depp thing about some bird talking absolute bollocks about him. Basically, I don't even have any ideas, but sometimes I think the industry is a manipulated field. I think it's actually full of shit, and it's like some sort of feeding frenzy on energy because somebody's out there with money, and then it's just feeding frenzy, isn't it? And it's like, don't know what it's based on, but anyway, I've had the luxury of having some sort of bullshit before with not being anybody, and I'd known lots of people in London that get screwed over by people in relating, lots of them actually. You'd be surprised like how many people get screwed over by people and dramas and people and stuff. And I don't know, around industry, I'm not sure. I think that there are sort of camps that do sort of manage like shadows. I don't know. Anyway, I met this girl, and it's like, I don't know if it's like they have these egocentric ways of sort of like touching you. It's almost like just know how to calm somebody that's distressed or something. It's like, I think when you're an artist, you go through distressed times, and it's like if somebody knows like that something you don't know, like your family don't know because there's no artist in it, and like that sort of tactility, it's like something that's around industry. When I say tactility, what I mean, like the way someone might touch your shoulder or your back when you walk into a pub, that sort of like confidence bearing thing when you need it, when you're broke or something. Or some people, they study psychology, I think they have ways about them anyway, and they can get at you easier. I think they just have their ways, and those ways you mistake for love when they probably aren't. They're just tools to some women. Tools. If you catch my drift. So anyway, I don't know the steer with the amber thing. I should follow that. I should follow the industry news, but I don't think a lot of people do. Do they? Do they bother? Do they? I wanted to get into it, but if I followed it would do my head in. I don't think I even want to get in. I don't know if I want it. I want some success. That's all I want. I don't care about it. That's it. Get some success, get some notoriety, then be able to do the things and create change and momentum for people. And I'm in a different part of town, anyway. And it was I don't know. I just feel like shifty energy. Like I say, since nobody wants the police in their life. Nobody actually wants any police involvement in their life. Nobody wants it. It's like sad things happen when police get involved in people's lives. Sad things, the darker side that you don't even contemplate. And people don't deserve them in their lives. Good people get fucked over by police all the time. Like my cousin, he wanted to be a police officer at one point, and apparently the police got called on him. And anyway, he committed suicide. So things like this happen. If someone tarnishes someone's name, it's just compounding problems sometimes. Some people crack under that kind of pressure. Personally, I got arrested for a drunken disorderly once, and they elaborated on it, so they were already telling me that I was something special, basically, more or less. I would put you in a cell for 24 hours, rather than a slap on the wrist the next day and stuff. And I would have just went home peacefully that day if it wasn't for them provoking me and harassing me and following me. I would have been fine. So it's like they're the criminals and you get persecuted for it. But yeah, they slandered my CERB, religious, racial, aggravated harassment in words and writing. So that's the first barrier you have to get over, because you get a little bit depressed when your whole society lets you down. You get depressed. You go, oh shit. So it's like some sort of like baying for your soul's supremacy. Like, oh, are you going to rise above it in the face of the adversity and scandal and bullshit? Oh, it's an arena. Oh, you're a champion. How depraved is that? How depraved is that? Like, really, take a good long fucking hard look at yourselves before you go doing that to people, you sad bunch of bastards. You don't have to earn that. If you're a good person from a working class background, you should just be able to get there on merit, and that shouldn't be like from some sort of abusive kicks merit and trying to darken you, sully you, scandalise you and fuck your CRB. So anyway, that's the first time I've ever been in trouble with the police. in 2015. And then in 2020, yeah, I went to Venice and got arrested at the airport anyway for a girl that I stayed in touch with via letters. She should have said fuck off, so really it was wasting police time, which led me to believe that she was just into some sort of plant, some sort of person enabling, facilitating gay hate crimes, really. LGBT hate crime, taking us back into the fucking dark ages. Like, I mean, if you like someone, you care, that's not a crime. If she doesn't want that, then you say fuck off. If that doesn't work, you get your big brother to tell you to fuck off, or you do something along those lines. And if that doesn't work, then the police send a warning letter in the post. They don't go about arresting people, you know. And if you don't put out a restraining order or follow procedural protocols, which this country didn't in my case, just arrested me, then what am I? If I'm there under false grounds because it says to protect someone and you show me no evidence of threat and I know my own mind and moral certitude, then what was I in a cellar for in the first place? If you didn't put it in paper at any point, put it in paper. So they've sort of like trampled all over me, acted inappropriately, and there isn't a solicitor or a barrister in the country that can take on a case like that. So it's just like pure hatred is what you perceive the world having for you. Like, oh, they'll think I deserve that somehow. This is actually gay hate crime, isn't it? This is actually gay hate crime. Wow, within a structured organisation. Ow. The UK, United Kingdom don't mean shit. It's actually a breeding ground for deep, malevolent darkness in little quarters where we've probably got investors that take it out on this person. So that's what it becomes, and that's how they like it, because it's the darkness like pervading. But I don't live in the darkness. I just feel mostly sad for people being such evil bastards, really, like enjoying other people's suffering and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, we all have our moments. I mean, even my mum, like, she's quite the domineering OCD all over me, and it's sort of like stunted my development maybe. So I've been a bit harsher later in life, I won't lie, but that's my own internal world, mine to deal with. Nobody else's. Thou shalt not judge. So yeah, I just think everybody's, fuck, I'm like, wow, I really am self-mastered. Shit, I self-mastered myself. Ooh, walk the way of the Jedi. What? To teach people, to teach them. Fucking hell, they're just a bunch of depressing people actually taking out their frustrations on someone else at the end of the day, which tells you that, and anybody that gets that offended or frustrated means they're a closet case and there's something wrong with them anyway. So that's how you go, that's how I perceive them, personally. And I don't hate on a individual. It's like if you're championing yourself, you're normally generally trying to fight for something in a social context or social construct. So that's what I was trying to do. In making a social work franchisee brand, you're giving genuine power to the people, because artists just go on about power to the people, punks go on about it, Rasta go on about it, every single demographic of music go on about it, but nobody has, if you implement the change, like, oh, well, that's what you want to see then. Like this deconstruction of this entity that can be bought or manipulated and sells rented via film channels, anybody, it's like, it is just money laundering. Like, you can't believe fuck all in a tabloid. Just money laundering via people. So basically, if you're deconstructing it, power to the people, taking that fear element out, it's like it's almost too big for people to conceive. So they just go, oh, well, that's a narcissist, or that's somebody that this. It's like, couldn't be fucking further from the truth. I was made to feel like fuck all, really, even in my primary school times. So I deserve it more than anyone. I deserve it like more than anybody I fucking know. Like, just for the isolation gig that I got dealt at fucking a young age. The isolation gig. So that's why I was going into Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, good man. I can see a good man when I see one. I can see a good man when I see one. I can sense things now. You know, go into the wilderness, take some mushrooms, harmonise yourself, and then, you know, like, people are so insecure in themselves, that's why they hate on people anyway. Because if you're just self-assured and you're pretty, like, I can sense if I want to spend time with you, sense if I don't want to spend time with you, and just like that kind of person, and caged and barred off then, and not letting anybody else in. If you're that sort of entity, but seemingly strong from the outside, then people just hate it. It's like, oh, you're self-assured and you're bubbling in yourself. Like someone said, a wise one, he said, I don't need this, I'm not looking for that, I'm not looking for anything anymore, I'm looking for nothing outside myself. Nothing. Just peace, externally, that's all I want. So I can just be home with myself, but it often presents as quite aggressive to me. bless up Johnny Depp, and